We solve business problems. Hi, I'm Nayangi Tuetkin.
I'm Nicholas Peasley.
I'm Jenna Reich, and today we are rolling into a techno century.
Sumo Sushi is a family-owned sushi bar built on the foundation of hope, sacrifice, and determination. It was founded in 2013, however, its story began long before. John and Anita Tuetkin were both in a period of financial instability, working late nights and trying to provide for their family of five. It was through their desperation and determination that spurred the idea of starting a family restaurant. In 2013, Sumo Sushi became official, and now, as you can see on the bottom right, the restaurant has many employees and is filled with a friendly atmosphere, all of which could not have happened without the Sumo Sushi name and iconic logo.
In the past, sumo sushi has been incredibly successful, but the recent pandemic has highlighted a key issue in sumo sushi's online presence. To combat this, we plan to create a Facebook page, Instagram, and a website for the restaurant. With this, we hope to increase consumer awareness by 20% and overall increase sumo sushi's online presence in their community. This project spanned over 2 months and cost us $625. Our three key metrics for this project was to obtain 75 followers on Facebook, 50 followers on Instagram, and increase consumer awareness by 20%. We will meet all our goals and key metrics through our Sumo campaign, which we'll further explain later.
Despite the restaurant's previous success, the recent pandemic has highlighted a catastrophic issue in the sumo sushi business: the lack of an online presence. Currently, statistics show adults spend on average 11 hours a day staring at a screen. This means businesses with little to no media presence will have difficulties reaching out to customers in this technological age. In Sumo Sushi's area, there's only one other sit-down restaurant providing little competition. However, there is a growing amount of fast food restaurants. With these restaurants' abundance of easy access meals, Sumo Sushi encounters hardships affecting attracting customers to spend time eating at a restaurant. We've also discovered through customer surveys that the menu and updated hours are not available online, creating issues with food allergies and knowing when the restaurant is open.
To combat these drastic issues, we have established and maintained an active Facebook and Instagram account. We also set up a website. With this increased online presence, we hope to expand consumer awareness by 20% and make the business more accessible during the pandemic. The Facebook account will help us reach our primary audience of adults aged between 35 and 60, and the Instagram will help us reach our secondary audience of adults 35 and under, as this platform is more geared towards young adults. The website has allowed potential customers to access the menu and hours, which was a common complaint we received when conducting our initial market research. Ultimately, we decided it was imperative to increase consumer awareness by 20% and make the restaurant more accessible during COVID-19.
To meet these project goals, we came up with the SUMO campaign. This acronym, developed by each and every one of our members, stands for Socially Universal Marketing Outreach. Each term holds a special meaning that aims to enhance the restaurant name as well as uphold the standards and goals of the project. Going into detail, the S, meaning socially, represents the campaign's ideals to establish an online presence through the means of Facebook, Instagram, and our website. The U, meaning universal, illustrates the company's desire to allow an expansive and mostly universal way of contacting and reaching the restaurant, especially in this narrow ranch neighborhood where it is located. The M in Sumo depict the manner in which we plan to execute this campaign, through the use of marketing techniques such as advertisements and handlebars around the establishment. Lastly, the O stands for outreach. Not only do we take a responsibility to advance Sumo Sushi's technological presence, but as well as create a connection with the community members that support the restaurant.
This project will be overseen entirely by our team and the intern social media manager Sumo Sushi has agreed to hire. In hiring a social media manager, we hope to keep the social media accounts and websites active and relevant even after our team has left the company. Sumo Sushi's main management structure is broken up into 4 tiers to optimize organization. The two CEOs are positioned at the first tier. The head chef, kitchen manager, and the front of the house are on the second tier. On the third tier, we have sushi and kitchen chef, along with the rest of the managers. And the lowest tier, we have the rest of the staff. As depicted on the diagram, the social media manager works alongside everyone in the restaurant. By doing this, we hope to optimize our feedback and get a chance to hear a voice from everyone in the company.
The first step we took to implement this project was a phase of initial research, where we sent out customer surveys that could be completed in return for a coupon on an appetizer. This survey included questions such as how did you hear about us and were we easy to locate, as well as an option for other comments. Through this survey, we found out Sumo Sushi held next to no online presence. The most common complaints we received were about not being able to find a restaurant online, access a menu, or see the updated hours of operation. Once we had pinpointed these issues, we went into a phase of secondary research in which we looked for statistics and demographics of various online platforms. Using this information, we determined what strategies would be most effective to combat these issues, as well as plan out how we would implement our solution. To fix these problems, we came up with the Sumo campaign, in which we hoped to socially expand Sumo Sushi's name in a universal manner through the means of new marketing techniques in hope of greater outreach to the community. Through our research, we decided the best way to accomplish this was to set up a website, Facebook, and Instagram account. During this phase, we also made a detailed social media plan where we mapped out what we wanted to post and how often we wanted to do so. By actively maintaining and updating all three of these platforms, we can effectively utilize social media to expand Sumo Sushi's online presence.
The next phase we had in the execution of our campaign was creating our accounts. First, we set up a Facebook account. As of 2018, 68% of adults actively use this platform. Due to this, we prioritized this media in our campaign, especially as it allowed us to reach our target audience of adults aged 35 to 60. Once set up, we began posting at least every other week on the account. Our second task was to set up an Instagram so we could reach our secondary market of young adults. Research shows that 69.8% of Instagram users are under the age of 35. This defined our choice to upload every other week as a schedule. We chose to post weekly to ensure our Instagram account was not obnoxious on someone's feed, but rather maintain relevance in one's mind. When creating the two social media accounts, there were 5 major assets we wanted to include. Our first priority was to display the restaurant's address. Making it convenient and easy to spell on all platforms was imperative so that the consumers can easily locate us whenever and wherever they are. We also determined a link to the website should prominently be seen on both pages. We placed a link in the biography section of our Instagram and within the first 2 sections on the Facebook page, allowing customers to easily find the restaurant and view its website. We believe our website is just as important as an Instagram and Facebook, as it includes the menu, the founding, and other additional resources that can help answer general questions within the community. The third thing we wanted to include was our logo, in which we made our logo our profile on both accounts.
We also wanted to maintain professionalism throughout all platforms. Our team decided all posts would be overlooked by a manager before it was uploaded. The final thing we implemented was a way to go to the online ordering system on the Facebook page. This was displayed on the first section of the account. As a result of quarantine, ensuring our customers an easy option to order food was essential to us. As Facebook is our largest domain, having the link to the online ordering system would prove to be the most beneficial marketing technique to gain the interest of our target audience. Our overall final step in implementing the Sumo campaign was setting up the website. This was a necessary step to increase Sumo Sushi's online presence, as it gave way to reach out to customers who avoid social media, as well as provide another space for people to see the restaurant's menus and hours. From there, we included the founder's story so we can start to build a more personal connection with our customers. The menu so that they can see their options beforehand, and the online ordering system so customers can order their food comfortably and socially distanced. Through our means of social media, we were able to uphold the tenets of the Sumo project and reach our audience with our virtual presence. The accounts were aimed to keep the customers up to date on any specials or sales we may have, while highlighting all the amazing staff and customers that come through Sumo Sushi, ultimately creating a loving and caring community here at the restaurant.
The last stage we had in our project was to advertise the social media accounts and gain a following. We did this by placing a flyer on tables at the restaurant with the social media addresses and website, as well as by writing the handles on black chalkboards displayed prominently within the restaurant. While this would mean we would only be gaining followers from current customers, if we gained enough, the accounts would eventually begin to show up on the feeds of the people following our account. As an incentive for following us on Instagram or Facebook, we would give customers a free order of egg roll or edamame in return for following both. While this did cost us a small portion of profit, our team and those at Sumo Sushi felt it was a small price to pay for the increased consumer awareness the restaurant received. During this stage, we also decided to create a quick response, or QR code, that was printed on the to-go menus, giving customers quick and easy access to the restaurant's online ordering system, therefore increasing the availability of the restaurant during the pandemic. In the end, we were able to increase sales by 200%, from around 29,000 to roughly 63,000 by the conclusion of the project. At the end of the project, we also conducted a secondary survey to measure its effectiveness, through which we saw a 50% increase in social media awareness and an 80% increase in consumer accessibility.
On our social media, we strive to ensure a balance between the different types of promotional posts. Our main post will consist of our outreach, which consists of our staff and community members in hopes of creating better bonds here at the restaurant. Next, we have our direct ads, which mainly consist of our entrees, sales, and hours. This lets our customers know what we have to offer in terms of food here at the restaurant. We want to maintain a percentage of 75% outreach and 25% of direct ad posts to help reach our goals and get Sumo Sushi's name out into the community.
The projected timeline to set up the Facebook, Instagram, and website took place over the span of 2 months or 7 weeks. Within this, our first milestone was setting up the Facebook account within 5 days. This milestone included making the account, creating a biography, posting the menu, and placing our hours on the page. Our second milestone was to set up the Instagram account, which took us 2 days to complete. In a similar process to the Facebook account, we had to create an account, make a biography, and fabricate our first post. As said previously, we would upload weekly on both the Instagram and Facebook account to maintain a good social media presence. The third milestone we needed to achieve was to set up our website. Throughout this time, we focused on putting the story of the restaurant's founding, our menu, updated hours, holiday hours, and the link to our ordering system on the website, which took us 14 days to complete. Our last milestone was to advertise the social media accounts and gain the 75 followers on Facebook and 55 followers on Instagram. We did this over the course of 4 weeks or 28 days.
For this project, we had a budget of $625. This is broken up into 2 parts, the first being the interns' wages. We paid them $525 to work 10 hours a week for a total of 7 weeks. Purchasing the domain for the website also cost us $100, meeting our budget of $625.
To monitor our schedule, we shared a Google Calendar amongst all members involved in the project outline and schedule. Our main risk throughout the project was that our investment in the social media manager would not be returned. To counter this, we had our intern work a shift at the restaurant once a week, as well as log their hours. Since we only had the budget for the intern to work 10 hours a week, any task that exceeded their shift was picked up by a member of our team, as this created the potential for the intern to lie about their hours. We shared a Google Sheet to document how long each task took them. To monitor project quality, we organized strict requirements on each post, meaning they were all documented on our Google Calendar, agreed upon on members, and checked by a Sumo manager to maintain quality. Feedback in this process was imperative and was monitored through the Google documents where posting plans were made. In our campaign, we encountered 2 major problems. The first obstacle was that our original customer survey was not easily accessible. To combat this, we transferred the survey from a typed form to a more user-friendly Google form. The second major problem we encountered took place during our website initiation. Originally, we had planned on utilizing a free website builder such as Wix. However, we struggled to make it look professional and match the quality of our competitors. After much deliberation and research, we decided it would be best to purchase a website domain to ensure quality in our website.
Our first key metric was to increase our online presence by 20%. We obtained this metric and measured this through the difference in our initial and final surveys, as well as our online followers. Our second metric was to obtain 75 followers on Facebook. We chose this number after conducting research and comparing other restaurants' Facebook followers. We've greatly surpassed this metric, obtaining 1,113 followers. This allowed us to reach out to our target market in ways we previously thought impossible. Our third and last key metric was to obtain 50 followers on Instagram. We chose this number after considering the amount of followers we wanted on Facebook and contrasting the follower count of other businesses' Instagrams. We met this metric after gaining 50 followers on Instagram, allowing us to reach out to our secondary market of adults under the age of 35. Overall, accomplishing our key metric played a major role in the success of our project.
Through introducing these new marketing techniques and reaching out to the community, we're able to increase our sales by over 200%. Before the project, sales were approximately 29,000, and after the project was completed, it was 63,000. One of the main lessons we learned throughout this project was the importance of planning. When we began our execution plan, we realized how helpful it is to have a very detail-oriented plan before we started to implement our project. This held true throughout all stages of our project, but most clearly in the execution phase. Another lesson we learned during the campaign is the importance of sticking to a schedule. This lesson was apparent as early as the planning and organization phase. Our team realized this campaign was a lot easier when we set dates and times, and we stuck by them when we wanted to get them done.
This business project has given us many new skills that will aid in the real world, opening up many new opportunities to future endeavors.
Lastly, we want to thank you, the judges, for your time today.
We hope that you will join us in rolling into a techno century.